Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. So with the announcement of the starters for the Eastern and Western teams for the NBA All-Star Game, a question has been going around, one that people are getting into serious debates about. And that is, would you rather have the Eastern All-Star starters or the Golden State Warriors? So a conference filled with the best players or a single NBA team? It's really showing just like how talented the Warriors are. For today's video, guys, we are going to test some things out and answer that question by doing a 7-game playoff series simulator to see who would win in a 7-game series. So before we do this, I think we need a good understanding of what each player would bring to the table. And I think the most dangerous thing about the Golden State Warriors is that they know who has the hot hand. Like, they're very good at recognizing that, because I know when this team was first developed, people were saying, well, there's only one basketball. But they do a very good job of just like, you know, Durant one night might go for 40 or 50. The next night, he might go out there and score like 15. But guess what? It's Klay Thompson time, because Klay Thompson wants to make 10 3-pointers. Or maybe like Stephen Curry's like, you know what? I'm feeling like MVP Stephen Curry. Let me go out there and knock down some threes. So this team does a very good job of that. The chemistry has been on point. So as far as like their individual stats go and how they compare to the Eastern All-Stars, we gotta keep in mind that, you know, they are all on the same team. So an All-Star in the Eastern Conference, they might be like the lone dog out there. It's just like the best player. Nobody else is even close. So their stats are going to look a lot better. But I mean, Durant on this season, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block per game. He would be matching up against Kawhi Leonard. Now, in my opinion, I would probably say Kevin Durant, in the grand scheme of things, is probably still the second best small forward in the entire NBA. I know Giannis is listed as a 4, so I'm gonna say he's a power forward for now, because that's what he plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. But you can also say he's a small forward. Kawhi Leonard, I still think is probably third in the NBA, but I don't know, man. Just like Durant this season, I love the playmaking. The rebounding is fantastic. His defense has really improved since his time here on the Golden State Warriors, and the scoring is always there. So as far as this matchup goes, I'm probably saying I'm going to give it to Kevin Durant over Kawhi Leonard. Now, as far as the point guard position, you know, Stephen Curry will be matched up against Kyrie Irving in this case on the season. Stephen Curry at 30 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal per game, shooting 44% from 3. Having his best season since the 2015-2016 NBA season. And he's putting up these MVP caliber numbers with Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins on the team. I mean, you look at like back in the 2016 season, he didn't have Durant back then. So, I mean, the fact that he's able to do this, have this type of production with KD is just, it's a freaking mind-blowing, man. Like, it's literally like an all-star game every single night for this team out there. And he would be matched up against Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie's numbers, you know, I don't think like Kyrie's that far off of Stephen Curry, if I'm being honest. I feel like Kyrie Irving's a great player, but Stephen Curry you probably still give the edge to as the better point guard, right? At least in my opinion. Next up, we have DeMarcus Cousins. So Boogie has only played a few games as of right now, and you look at his stats, and he's averaging 13 points, 7 rebounds, about 4 assists per game. So not really asked to do all that much. He's playing about 20 minutes per game. But his field goal percentage at 47%, 3-point shot 57%. And this is the scary part about this team, is that people thought DeMarcus might come on this team, might be chemistry issues. Guys, he is fitting in absolutely perfectly. Like, he's looking like the pristine, just optimal fit at that certain position. Now, if he starts getting more healthy and tries doing too many things, I could see that being some issues, but it seems like he's just having fun and okay putting up these stats. So if that's the case, I don't know, man. Now, as far as DeMarcus versus Joel Embiid, I would probably say as of right now, Joel Embiid is the better center. Now, a fully healthy DeMarcus Cousins might have an argument about that, because we know what he can do, man, when he's playing his best basketball. Let's look at this season. 27 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Defense is always there. 3-point shot there. So when he's completely healthy, I'd probably give him the small edge over Joel Embiid, but it's like a small sliver. Like, you could very well convince me that Embiid would be the better center. Next up, we got Klay Thompson. So Klay Thompson this season 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 38% from 3. One of the best two-way guards in the entire NBA. Now, he would be matched up against Kemba Walker. I love Kemba. I'm so happy he's a starter for the All-Star team. But he's going to be playing out of his natural position at the shooting guard position at only like 6 foot or 6'1". He might be a little taller than that, but I think he's roughly like 6'1". While Klay Thompson is 6'7", going to be able to get that 3-point shot up with ease. One of the best two-way players in the NBA, so I also like his chances of guarding Kemba Walker. So, I mean, I probably got to say this matchup, I mean, yes, Kemba's probably put up better numbers, but Klay Thompson matchup-wise, I think makes more sense. And then you come down to Draymond Green and Giannis, and I feel like this would be the big-time weakness of the Golden State Warriors in this series, because Draymond Green, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, his numbers, not his scoring's down a little bit. Never really asked to score all that much anyway. I mean, his best season shot 38% from 3, and that was kind of an anomaly right here. Past few seasons at about 30%. So assists are still there, defense is still there, rebounding still there. I mean, his job would not be to score it all. It would just be to lock down Giannis, which is easier said than done. I mean, you don't simply just lock down Giannis Antetokounmpo. So you definitely give Giannis that matchup right there. But now looking at the stats of the Eastern Conference stars. So first up, we are going to look at the Boston Celtics with Kyrie Irving. So this season, Kyrie had 24 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals per game at 41% from 3, having a great NBA season. I know the Boston Celtics at times are not always playing their best basketball, but Kyrie is still the leader of this team, and I still think he's the best point guard out east. By the way, guys, I just gotta know, I did predict all the Eastern Conference starters correctly over on my second channel, Extra Crispy. I actually did the fan voting, and I got them all right. I was kind of surprised by that. As far as we got Kemba Walker up next, let's go to the Charlotte Hornets. And the Hornets, Kemba Walker this season at 25 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists per game. I mean, it's pretty much been Team Kemba. The Charlotte Hornets should now be the Charlotte Kembas, because that's just how it's been out there. So, field goal percentage, it's always been like not the greatest, but respectable. It's not to the point where it's like the 30% range, which I think it's kind of dangerous for some players out there. That kind of makes you more like a chucker. But no, Kemba's been great, and he is 6'1", so I still give Klay Thompson probably that matchup, though, just for the height differential right there. For the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis, we got Giannis this season at 27 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block per game. The big issue here, though, is that Draymond Green's type of defense is that he is a very just like grit and grind, get in your face type of guy out there. So Giannis, despite having the height differential, he doesn't really have the shot to put it up over Draymond anyway, so it's going to have to be attacking the basket, and Draymond Green does a pretty good job in those situations on defending those guys. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I still think Giannis destroys that matchup, but he's not going to be putting up 27 and 13 against Draymond. I just don't think that's going to happen in a 7-game series. And then we got the Toronto Raptors over here with Kawhi Leonard, who has just been really good for the Raptors this season, man, and playing like an MVP in my opinion at 28 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists per game, 2 steals, would be matched up against Kevin Durant. And now after seeing like his full stat line, I guess the Kawhi versus Kevin Durant for second best small forward in the NBA, I do feel like that's a bit closer than what we think. But at the same time, if you replace Kawhi Leonard with Kevin Durant, what type of numbers does Kawhi put up in the Warriors system, and what type of numbers will Durant put up when he's like the lone superstar on this team? I mean, this is a team with one superstar and an all-star in Kyle Lowry, and an up-and-comer in like Pascal, and then a veteran in Serge Ibaka. And then finally, the last player we're looking at for the Eastern Conference is, of course, the man on the Philadelphia 76ers. Where is he at? Joel Embiid. 92 overall this NBA season on 2K at 27 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks per game. The 3-point shot, like his rookie season, man, I don't know if he just wasn't shooting them a lot. He was at like 37%. Now it's something that kind of takes away from his game. I guess a little bit you have to respect it at about 31%, but not like too much. I mean, you're okay with Joel getting the ball at the 3-point line as opposed to letting him around the basket, but still nonetheless, man, I think he's the best center right now currently in the NBA. Well, I guess if you want to say Anthony Davis is center or power forward, I guess I got Anthony Davis listed more as a natural 4 spot, although he plays the center. So, yeah, I would say Anthony Davis is better than Joel Embiid, but still, man. Okay, so those are the starters for both, the Golden State Warriors and the Eastern Conference team. I am now going to go ahead, guys, and simulate to an NBA Finals matchup between the two, and we are going to see which team can win the NBA championship. So here we go. We have the Eastern All-Stars all in the starting 5 playing 48 minutes, and we have the Golden State Warriors starting 5 all playing 48 minutes. I also turned off fouls. The reason I did this is because I did not want the factor of the bench to be put into play right here. I just want to see the starters against the starters. So here we go, man. We have the first round, or I guess I should say first game, simulate with Simcast. And I think whoever gets, if somebody can get home court advantage, then that is really going to offset this whole entire thing right here. We have the Eastern All-Stars taking over in Game 1, winning the first one on the Warriors' turf. Close out, I guess the box score, 31 points, 12 assists for Kyrie Irving against Stephen Curry, 25 and 12 for Giannis, 21 rebounds for Joel Embiid, 18, 4, and 7 for Kemba Walker, Kawhi dropping 19 and 8. While the Warriors, we had Durant and Stephen Curry doing the bulk of the scoring. Durant, I mean, 10 for 25 shooting, like, that could be a little bit better out there. DeMarcus Cousins, very solid game. Draymond Green managed to shoot 50% and a near triple-double, while Klay Thompson got 14 points. All right, man, so first game to the Eastern All-Star. Simulate with Simcast. Game 2. See how this one goes. Now, it may be very well that the Eastern All-Stars just come out and just sweep the Warriors, which would actually be kind of reassuring. But this game is definitely a lot closer as it goes into overtime, 131 to 129. So we got Giannis dropping 31, 17, and 6, 30 for Kemba. They shot 18 threes, 28, 3, and 7 for Kyrie. Joel at 23 and 16, while Kawhi gets 19, 6, and 6. So yeah, it just looks like it was just like one overtime period. As far as the other team goes, 52, 5, and 8 for Stephen Curry on 22 threes, made 13 of 22. DeMarcus at 24 and 20, 23 for Durant, 20 for Klay, and Draymond at 10.7 rebounds and 10 assists. Now I actually want to see if somebody hit like a game-winning shot right here, just out of curiosity. So going to the game log, no, it looks like it was a 4-point game, as Kemba made a 3-point shot, giving them 131-127. Then Thompson made a layup, it looks like at the buzzer, and that was it, man. That was it. So here we go. Game 3, Simulate with Simcast. That might have been the one that just, the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess. Is that the saying out there? No, the Golden State Warriors says that is not the case, as they take game 3, 119 to 106, 29 for Kawhi, 27, and 16 for Giannis. Here's the rest of the stats. And then we got DeMarcus at 35, 9, and 3, 34 for Stephen Curry, 29 for Durant. And there's the other two guys right there that just, they had an okay game. Here we go. 2-1 lead for the Eastern All-Stars. Simulate with Simcast. Game 4. And the Warriors are off to a hot start. Looks like they might get this one too. No, man. The Eastern All-Stars bounce back. After a 47-point fourth quarter, winning 127 to 112, giving him the 3-1 lead. Kawhi with 41 points in that game. Giannis with 15 assists, 21 rebounds, 8 assists for Joel Embiid. And we got Curry with 33 points, 26 and 18 for DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus is actually really taking over the series. I mean, Steph Curry would get Finals MVP if they win, but still. All right, it's a 3-1 series, so the Warriors can only win this by coming back down from 3-1. Simulate with Simcast. See how this goes. And the Warriors out here making up some noise, making up some ground with an absolute blowout of 134 to 105. Kyrie at 27 points, 26 and 10 for Kawhi Leonard, 13 for Kemba Walker. And we got Curry dropping 55 and 10, 13 for 24 from 3. This man is launching the 3-point shot. He's like, yo, I'm not ready to go home, man. So this is a must-win game for the Warriors. I guess they all are in theory. I don't want to do that. Here we go, man. Simulate with Simcast. Game 6, I believe it is. And it looks like this might be the end of the Golden State Warriors. Yes, it is. 109 to 100. Joel Embiid, 34 points, 18 rebounds, 5 assists. I wasn't actually paying too much attention to who the best player out in the Eastern Conference was. So I'm very curious to see who gets this Finals MVP. But it is a little assuring that the Eastern All-Stars won 4 games to 2. It's a little concerning, though, that the Warriors still managed to get 2 games on them. Trust the process. Joel Embiid did get Finals MVP at 21 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists with 3 blocks out there. Anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it's just 2K, so it's really hard to really know the true answer to this question. I thought this was the best way to do it. But yeah, man, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.